guys, welcome back to my channel. I think from the last time I talked about the scammer. So this is part two of the scammer saga. If I can recap, we bought a property, an 8 bed, and we needed a builder to complete the renovations. And one of the people that we had chosen to do the works, he scammed us of an amount of £6,000. He wanted way more than that, actually. Yeah, so today I'm here to talk about the second part of it. You can wait till the end so that you know what the scammer's name is, just to warn others so that they don't use this person because he's capable of scamming people. So today I've got Dr. Giwa with me today, and he's going to let us know where he met this person and how we got to hiring him to do the work and what the progress is so far. So here's Dr. Giwa. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, yeah, so my name is Shelton and I'm the operations manager for Shameless Properties, and I mainly look at the contractors. I also look at the maintenance, and I monitor progress on any projects that we are doing. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's my role within this company. And how did I meet this guy? Name to be provided at the end. I previously worked with this guy, I should say between 2010 and 2014. So it's someone that I had met at work. I won't say the name of the organizations, but yeah, and I also knew some people that I was going to church, and they are kind of related to this guy. So that's the first part of how I knew the guy. Then the second part is I also was aware of a few individuals who had their jobs done by this guy. And based on that, I felt when we wanted contractors, when I looked around, initially we had three courts, which were more expensive. And then when I contacted him, that was around July this year, informing him that I've got a job and I wondered if he's still doing that type of work, which he used to do part time. Yes, so he responded fairly quickly, and things started moving on. Asked him to send me some of the work, which he said he was going to send. Ended up traveling on holiday. Upon our return, he requested to go and view the property. It's someone I'd met previously, and someone was highly recommended. We gave him the keys to go to the property in Blackpool. He went to view the property, and he came back. He gave us a quote, which was labor only, and then we asked him how much it would cost to do the entire project. He then provided a follow-up quote. So yeah, once the quote was provided, we're happy. It was the cheaper quote out of the three, and he gave us also a schedule of work. So he told us when he was going to start and when he was going to finish. He also gave us his address on the first schedule of works. Yeah, so when it now came to us making a decision, we took a while. We kept on contacting us. Have you made a decision so I can go and do the job? And yeah, I ended up meeting him once face to face, since I've not seen him for around about 10 years or so. Met him face to face. Initially, I was supposed to meet him at his house, but this time said he was at a surgery just off Force Road. I ended up driving there. And on my way, when I said, "Well, can you share your location?" He said, "No, I'm at the doctor." So we met there. I actually went with my 8-year-old son. And yeah, he did show a few examples of what he claimed to have done. And he kept on insisting that we needed to pay a deposit. So the first contract, he wanted 50%. He then revised again, this time without his address, and he asked for 60%. Then another 3,000 when he's got three-quarter away of the job. Yeah, so a day passed, two, and I remember very vividly, it was on the 29th of August. He kept on ringing me. I was on my way from a school run saying, well, you need to send the money before 4 p.m. I've got this guy who is going to supply me materials and he wants me to make the payment today. So he insisted that I pay him his deposit of £6,000. Initially, he actually wanted more. He wanted 10,000. So yeah, I did speak to my wife, and she told me straight away, I don't think I trust this guy. When I look at that guy on the profile shown me, even the way he's so pushy, I don't think I trust him. I then asked him to send photos of the work, and the plan was to transfer £2,000 and then transfer others later. But because it was in a hurry and he kept on pushing and insisting, I had to park at McDonald's, transferred the first 2,000. It appeared it didn't go through. I transferred the next, and then for the third attempt, I couldn't tell that anything transferred. But when I got home, that's when my wife said, "Oh, you've already transferred 6,000." So I followed up with a text to this guy, the contractor, and he said, "Well, yeah, I received the money, and that was it." So the agreement, 6th September, he goes to start the work. So on the 4th of September, I then just texted him out of courtesy just to say, how far are you? If you got everything in place? Because he told me I was going to buy everything, hire a fund from Enterprise, take 3 guys with him. They'll strip the showers and tubs and start the work. It was at that point I was actually at my son's football training at football academy when he replied and said, "Oh, I meant to actually call you. I've got a project I'm doing and it's overrunning." He sends a video of a place which looks like a bathroom where there are tools everywhere and panels everywhere. Quite convincing. And the first time I thought, well, yeah, maybe it's a genuine delay with this project. So we let it go this time. He said, well, I'll go next week. So 2 weeks later, a week later, I then contact him again and he says, well, he sends the pictures and says, oh, I fell from the loft. He sends me video, well, not videos, pictures, lying on a stretcher and their paramedics, and immediately deleted them. It was a Saturday. Then we had a conference call with him in the evening. We asked him, can you send us evidence? You've got things already. He couldn't. On the following Wednesday, went to visit him at his place, made him sign an agreement that he's going to do the job by the end of September. If he doesn't, he pays back the money. And I think that's at that point it dawned to me that I'm dealing with a scammer. I'm dealing with someone who is just taking the money. Because when I saw him, there were no injuries. He was walking comfortably. Nothing was wrong. Yeah, so that's in a nutshell, that's how the scamming accelerated from getting paid to starting to scam.
Wow, very interesting. It's good to hear from the horse's mouth. So now that when you realize that it seems this guy is scamming you, someone that you've known, well, you've known for several years, though I'm sure were you close to him, or is that?
I wouldn't say close. I used to see him at work. The people that he was related to, I was close to them because I had relations with one of their brothers who we used to fellowship together. But I
Yeah.
wasn't close to him. I used to see him at work.
Interesting. And then how did you react at that moment when you realized that this person is a scammer? Is actually scammed you?
Well, it was a mixture really. I was angry. I was overwhelmed. I couldn't really explain, but it just felt like the whole world had dropped on me, knowing we had a project waiting. There's a lot of money taking, and but part of me was also feeling sympathetic. When he told me he fell from a loft. So it was a mixture of emotions, really. Someone is falling from a loft, he's suddenly back to life, he's got a step or a spring on his step, and the man is nowhere to be seen.
And I remember a statement you told me. You
Yes.
said you actually say you actually promised to pray for him. Like, oh yes, please pray for me. Is that this?
Yeah, that's correct. I actually did pray for him. I did say a short prayer for him because I genuinely thought, when I saw paramedics, him on a stretcher, God knows when that picture was taken. Maybe it was taken at some point when he went to hospital, I don't know, but which he uses conveniently. But yeah, I felt sorry for him. Even when I went to his house, he actually was now saying, "Oh, brother, give me until next Wednesday." And when I went to his house, he had a Bible on his sofa. And, that kind of resonated with my values. And I thought, well, this guy, I should give him a chance. I should understand him.
But then it continued from there. Did he continue making up excuses, or did he arrange another day to go and do the works, or
Yeah.
what happened after?
Well, so he arranged another time to go and do the works. This time again, he produces another schedule of works. He was meant to do the work by the 2nd of October. But again, he had signed a paper saying if he doesn't do the work by the 28th, he has to return all the money. And he had actually pledged, I'll pay you from my own pocket. So, I assume someone who does work like that has got money, not knowing probably didn't have any. So, yeah, he made the excuse, I'll go on the 2nd of October. I then contacted him, and he sent me another video this time showing a bathroom leaking and said it's one of the customers. I did their house in Nottingham, and they've got a vulnerable child, so I can go on the 2nd. Yeah, so it was at this time I contacted someone that I used to fellowship with, and then they tried to contact him because he had now stopped answering my calls, answering text. He was now being very evasive. And at one point, his phone was offline. I thought he had maybe gone somewhere on holiday to spend the money.
So, what lessons did you take away from this experience?
Yeah, never to trust anyone on face value. Working with contractors for a job like we did, or rather, it's best to buy the materials, get a list of the materials, go and buy them yourself. If they say they get a discount, go with them to buy the materials or register yourself. It's BNQ, and just pay the contractor in stages based on levels of how the work has been developed.
Oh, perfect. Definitely, I concur with that. And so far, what's the progress? Are you able to tell everyone what the progress is? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, to fast forward from the time that the issues happened, we ended up writing a formal final letter of demand for payment, which we sent to him via WhatsApp and also sent via recorded mail, of which he signed for. That meant that we have exhausted all avenues. Then went to the police as well, who referred me to take it to court. So we ended up taking legal route, and also ended up dealing with the banks through their recovery schemes. And thankfully, we managed to recover all our money. It's been paid back in our account, and they will be pursuing him, and there'll be implications as well in terms of fraud. The bank has advised us that is now registered as an online scammer, a fraudster, based on what he has done, and they've got all the evidence of all the text, WhatsApp, and communication.
Yeah, definitely. So if I may just add a little bit more information. So that process is called chargeback, where the banks, his own bank actually, will register him as the scammer, the fraudster, online scammer, etc. I can't find enough words, to be honest, to explain, to say the fraudster name. But yeah, so his bank is going to register him online as a scammer, etc. He find it difficult to open bank accounts going forward. Probably, possibly not even able to open any bank accounts, and his bank will also, take the funds from him until it's cleared, plus extortionate charges from there, because they've had to deal with the situation. Yeah, that's wonderful. So, do you feel any sense of closure from this experience? I mean, after the funds have been recovered, and then what's the way forward?
Yes, some sense of closure financially in terms of the money being retained, but emotionally, without any acknowledgement from the fraudster that's what they've done. There's still that part which says at least a person can acknowledge what they've done, instead of coming up with excuses. And I think there were times when I was contacting them, they were quite arrogant. They were telling me that I'm busy. They actually took on more jobs. They'll tell me I'll phone you when I want, when I get the time. And when I said I was going to report to the police, they said they won't do anything. I said I'll report your bank and they'll check what you've done with the money. And they said, oh, there's nothing like that. They won't access my account. So for me, it seems like a serious scam. Someone has done it over and over again. and they really, their conscience has been seared with an iron. They don't feel anything. That's their way of life.
Okay, that's great. So, what advice would you give anyone who might be facing a similar situation or who is looking to use a contractor? What warnings would you give to anyone?
Yeah, I would say use someone with a registered company, and if you're transferring money, transfer to a business account. Don't transfer to a personal account, because it can be difficult to get the money returned to you. It's not guaranteed that it will be returned to you. Yeah, and say due diligence, being able to do that, check reviews where possible. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I concur with that. So what is the name of this scammer guy? What is his name and his surname, so that anyone who's looking for a contractor, whether in Leicestershire, across the country, they'll be warned whenever they search his name. They should be warned about him. I'm hoping that this video goes viral, really, so that everybody would know what kind of a person he is. He's probably not we're not possibly not the first victim. Absolutely. He's probably done it before. From the way that he was communicating with you, how arrogant he was, and claiming that the police won't do anything. They won't even be able to see his bank statements. Yeah, what is his name? Are you able to tell us?
Yeah, so this scammer, I'm actually persuaded to translate the scammer name.
Yes, please, if you
the
can.
scammer, Bava Sela Tsotsi, is called Elisha. He's got a very good name, unfortunately, which is not associated with things, but it's called Elisha Mgumburwa. So Elisha Mgumburwa is the name of this person who scammed us. And I understand he scammed other people on Ekman Road as well. Took money, did have the job. So really, by exposing him, just warning other people so that they won't go through what we went through.
Yeah, definitely. You heard his name. So if I may go back and just kind of, in a minute, just to state how we managed to get the funds. And when we posted the last video, got a contact from several people saying they went through the same issue. Some were embarrassed to talk about it, etc. So it was good thing that we posted that video, because we got contacted by a lady who's also into property. So this lady is one that explained to us that she went through a similar thing where she was duped by a builder, and she followed that process. That is how she recovered her money. So if anyone goes through such a thing, or if you've been scammed, we are happy to provide, to give you any advice or from what we've experienced. Not that it's going to come through the way it did for us, but if it can help, yeah.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you guys for watching. May comment, please subscribe, and that's it.